All right, folks. Ryan here coming to you with a brand new video. And as you can see from my title, um, is this is a mini course in transformation because this is how I got up and this is how I get out of where I was because at the time when I was struggling and life wasn't the way how it is right now. So as I continue on this journey here, see if I can turn around and help some people. Some of you to get up out of where you are and get into where you need to be on your path and your purpose on your journey. Um, so one of the thing when I look back, I noticed what was going on with me. Right, I was actually in a low state. Every time when I ever face like serious adversities, serious pains, is when I was in a low state. That's when I was the most miserable, the most angry, the most bitter. All that stuff happens when I was in a low state. And when I get the most disrespect is when I was in a low state as well. So all these things come with being in a low state. Disrespect, anger, hatred, bitterness. The old program is just running your life. Old paradigm. And the trauma, all that stuff is just there. Okay, because you haven't learned how to wash away that old trauma yet. So you want to get out of that low state, that low, sad, depressing state that a lot of you are probably in right now, and you are trying to figure out how to even get out of it. So looking back, because you see the thing is we want to go from, because a low state is really a toxic state. You are existing in a toxic state. That's how you live. Your life is just toxic. Doesn't mean you are necessarily a toxic person or you want to be a toxic person, but that's what's happening at this point when you are in a low state. It's a toxic existence. Okay, so that's how you live. The problems, the troubles, the worries, all that stuff that comes along with that. Being a toxic person. So you are in a low, sad, depressing state, and it's a toxic state to be in, and you want to get out of it. One of the first thing I noticed that I did when I wanted to give myself some ease, because it was so intense being in that state for such a long time, and didn't understand how to eject myself from out of it, how to get out of it, how to get out of that low, sad, depressing state. So once I saw the opportunity and I got the call, hey, Ryder, right? What I did was, first thing I did, okay, let's backtrack. Let's back up a little bit. I have never heard anything about personal development up until that time. Transformation, work on yourself, make yourself better, make your life better. I never really heard of any of that stuff up until that time. So once I got, I was listening to a lot of The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. I would listen to it over and over and over and over and over. And it woke me up. Because when I look at where I was, and now I kind of have an idea of how to get to where I want to get to. So fast forward, I saw the opportunity. I got the call, and he said, you need to do this. And what I need to do is I need to leave where I was at the time, because I was in a toxic environment. The people who I was around was toxic, because I think I was toxic myself. We can't deny that either. We have to be honest with ourselves. So that's one thing. You gotta get brutally honest with yourself. Look in the mirror and talk to yourself. As painful as it is, you need to become brutally honest with yourself. why am I being treated this way? You know, Maria, how you doing? You know, I said, why am I being treated this way? Why did I allow myself to be treated this way? Because we typically tell people how to treat us. We do that, whether we understand it or not. We teach people how to treat us, or we show them how to treat us. All right. So, Mary, yeah, I'm good, Maria. Thank you for asking. I appreciate you. All right. So we really show people how to treat us. Maybe we're aware of it. Sometimes we are unaware of it, right? It doesn't matter. We are still showing these people how to treat us. So when you are in a low state, a toxic state, a sad, depressing state, believe me, the treatment you are going to get is not going to be good, and you are not going to like it. You are going to suffer. All right? Right? You are going to suffer. So, what do you do now when you are in this state? Like I said, the first thing came up in front of me was personal development. So, I started listening to it, Think and Grow Rich, and I started listening to these audios. That was the first thing happened there. But I have to make some moves as well. So, pack up my stuff, and I drove to another city. Have nowhere to sleep, no place to sleep. I was sleeping in my car at the time. Yeah. Oh, thank you very much, Maria. Appreciate you. Right. So, I packed up my stuff and I drove to another city. No place to sleep. I was sleeping in my car, but I was working though. And while at the time I was building a business on the side, which I finished it up, everything. But after I did that, I just did not like the business at all. So I got out of it. I'm like, I wasn't feeling it at all, right? So I wasn't feeling that at all. So got out of it. Then met some nice people. I went to live with them because at the time I didn't have a spot, so I stayed with them, and I started another business. And but after a while, that wasn't that feeling right. I was getting the same feeling again, right? So what do I do? Time to move again. So I noticed there was a series of moving going on here, right? And I was off and on with my fitness and everything else, and that was cool for a little while too. So I would go to the gym, I would go run. That's for the first time in my life I pick up working out seriously, and also running. So I'm gonna get into that later on. But no, not no pillow. I think I might use my clothes to put my head on or whatever. But it was in the winter time too. It was cold as hell, and I survived it. I did 5 months, man. 5 months in my car. Yeah, thank you. I did 5 months in my car, and then one morning I woke up and I said because I was sleeping in the back in a parking garage in one of the lower levels. I don't know if you know, if you live in certain big cities, you will see those, these parking garages they have all over those big cities. Yeah, and I was like in the lower level, so I would hide away where nobody can see me. And so I slept there in that for 5 months, I think, or so. I think I did in that in that parking garage. And then one day I woke up and I said, I want to be out of here. And it happens because I start thinking about getting out, and I get out, right? And so I started up another business. So here's my second business I started up, and I wasn't feeling it anymore. Pack my stuff up, move again. This time to a different state. When I got to the state that I'm in now, I realized that I need to move again. So there's quite a bit of moving I have to do there in order for me to find what I really need to work on. So by some luck, I got into this place here, and what they have here, they have a gym in the apartment. So I take advantage of that gym. I work out every single day, Today is day 526 days, by the way. So show you. And I live right next to the river, and the river has a trail. So I would, hey Dominic, so I go on the river trail and I run. Today is day 526 days since I've been running and working out, because this is part of the transformation as well, right? So hybrid fitness is what I would recommend, because transformation, it sounds sexy. The word itself sounds sexy, but it isn't. You are gonna have to do things that you typically you wouldn't normally do. So running and working out is something that I took on. I started to take seriously. Last Saturday, I think I ran 15 miles last Saturday, and so I have to slow it down now, and so I can heal up. And I have a massive run coming up on the 31st of this month, which is a 30-mile run. Transformation is gonna lead you into all these things, and that's just how it goes, right? So when I was in that sad, low, depressing state, I feel powerless. Of course, I feel like I couldn't, do better than how I was doing. And then I learned that I actually can become better than how I was. And that's when I started on that journey. All right. So some things I noticed was going on with me at the time. My thoughts were also toxic. The way how I speak, not all the time, but it was there, and I knew it. I could feel it. With all that anger, and because I was bitter, and especially when I found out that I the things that were coming to me, I was attracting these things to me all along, and I was just bitter about the whole thing. And anger is good sometimes. I'm not saying you should stay in an angry state for a long time, but anger is actually good. So I was very angry about it. Now, I decided to start to work on my thoughts, because one of the things that they were talking about was change your thoughts, change your life. I didn't quite understand it until a long after I kind of figure out what they were saying. Change your thoughts, change your life. Well, how do you change your thoughts? You have to practice. The thoughts, the words that you are using right now needs to change. So you need to change your vocabulary. You need some different words. So change your vocabulary. Change your thoughts, change your life, meaning you have to change your vocabulary. The words that you use says a lot about you. It speaks volume. Talk a certain way, people look at you a certain way. If you are, an angry person, you talk in an angry tone, that's what they're gonna see. They're gonna see you as an angry person. All right. So I did that, and that low, sad, depressing state where I was feeling powerless. And that's when all the disrespect, everything happens to me, it was always when I'm in a low, sad, depressing state. All right. So the way how you express yourself, this can save you a lot of trouble. I promise you, a lot of the headache, a lot of the harsh feedback. This can save you. Way how you express yourself. Some things I learned: do not talk crap about people. Don't talk crap to them. Don't talk crap about them. All right. So we need to clean up that toxic language, change it, because we tend to speak ill of other people, disrespectful of other people. And that's something that I want a lot of you to avoid at all costs. You don't want the feedback, the harsh feedback, because people are going to respond to you and react to you in that way, and you want to avoid all of that. So avoid talking crap about people. avoid talking crap to them, or avoid talking crap about anybody as much as you possibly can. Avoid it. It will save you some headache. All right. So change your vocabulary, change your thoughts, change your life. And you have to practice, by the way. So this is daily work, day in, day out. Every single day when you get up, you're going to have to work on changing your thoughts. Change your thoughts, change your life. Where do I find good thoughts, you might ask me? Ryan, where do I find good thoughts? How do I get them? The 6 things that I read or I listen to daily. That's how I upgrade my vocabulary. The words that I use pretty much come from these texts. Right? 1, personal development. You need to get into that, and you need to do that every single day, whether you read it or listen to it. And I highly recommend you read and listen to the same darn thing over and over and over and over and over. Repetition is your best friend here. 2nd, quotes. Doesn't hurt anybody. Quotes are beautiful. People like to quote other people and quote beautiful scriptures and so forth. Positive affirmations. Always a plus. When you say positive things about yourself and about other people. One of the reasons why you shouldn't talk crap about other people, because you see, your subconscious mind has no, it cannot make the distinction between you and somebody else. So if you are talking crap about people, you are literally talking crap about yourself. So you have to avoid that at all costs as well. So, prosperity affirmations. We need to put that into our vocabulary. When you are coming from a place where you're told that we don't have enough of money and how we have to, cut corners and save every penny and all of that stuff, poverty mindset. We want to get out of the poverty mindset and acquire an abundant mindset. Okay? So, prosperity affirmations. And also, spirituality. Get into spirituality. You don't need to be a Christian. I promise you, you don't. You don't have to. You don't need to believe in God either. Just say the universe and just leave it there and forget about the religion and God. Just avoid those 2 words. I know some people are just not comfortable with those words. The next thing, gratitude. We have to give thanks. We have to give thanks for a lot of things. Right? So learn how to give thanks. You have to practice, because that's not easy. When everything around you is going to hell, and you are wondering, why should I give thanks? What should I be thankful for? And you're like, nothing. Okay? So that's where I got my good thoughts from. That's where my vocabulary I derive from these 6 things that I told you about. Right? That's how. So develop your vocabulary from, based off of reading these materials. Right? These 6 different materials. Okay? And so we're gonna go from a toxic vocabulary to a compassionate vocabulary. So you are not going to be speaking ill of anybody anymore. Those days are over. You're going to speak compassionate kindness, love, peace, joy, happiness around things that's, speak about the things that are joyful and loving and wonderful. And stay away from the things that are bitter and hateful, resentful, full of trauma, full of toxicity, And also, anger. We need to understand something here, because I know a lot of times people look at the anger and seeing it as this despicable thing. Hey, Christy. I was wondering where you are. Um, Anger. A lot of time people look at anger and it kind of dehumanize anger. I'm not saying anger is always good. Sometimes it is because that's how you tend to make the move that you need to make sometimes because you are angry. If you can control the emotions around it while being angry, great. But sometimes we just don't control that anger. You know what I mean? Brendan, right? So control the anger. But I want you to really take a good look at the anger. There's a reason for it. Okay? So part of the anger, yes, it's your programming, your upbringing. You were raised by your single mom. You learn by observing her. You copy, emulate her. You model off of her. And she's full of emotions and she's always going off and and you learn from her. You pick up those negative emotions and negative toxic behaviors. Okay? So, but another part of the anger, you are not free. Your soul is telling you you are not free. And that is a problem. Do not try to do that. Free yourself. Anytime you are operating in a place where you are not free, you are just going to be an angry person. Okay? So, create some freedom for yourself. Give yourself the chance, allow yourself the chance to do some things that you have never done before. So that way, you can at least probably make some mistakes and learn. It's a lot better than staying where you are. Because staying where you are is making you angry. And it turns to you become resentful and bitter, in the long run. Okay? And we don't want that. So work on the anger. All right? And remove the toxicity from your life. People, things, certain places, certain situations that you get yourself into, certain toxic situations. Pay attention. Remove yourself from those things. Give yourself a chance to experience peace and calm for the first time in your life. All right? Get away. Toxic people, toxic places, toxic things, toxic situations, and toxic circumstances. Just get away. At least stay away for now until you develop the awareness of how to navigate through those places without have their toxicity rubs off on you. We want to do that. Okay? And look at the pain and look at what is causing you the pain. Take a good look at it. You have to be honest with yourself. This thing is causing me pain. This is gonna hurt some people. And it's unfortunate, but you're gonna have to cut that thing out or cut that thing off that's causing you the pain. You're gonna have to. You need to go on your own journey, go figure out your own life. This is your life. This is your one shot at coming to this planet here. I mean, maybe you're gonna get another one in another 1,000 years. We don't know, but this is your only shot. I would say, and you need to take it seriously. So cut out the toxic people, toxic thoughts. Restructure your vocabulary, way how you talk, way how you speak, the way how you express yourself. Check that. Take a look at it. Work on it. So develop a compassionate vocabulary. So we are moving from a toxic vocabulary to a compassionate vocabulary. Toxic vocabulary causes problems with you and other people. because what you say, they are going to react to what you say. You don't get to dictate how they react and respond to what you say. So that's why you're going to have to hold that line there, which is compassionate. If they disrespect you, then you know you have to remove yourself. This is not a person you want to be around. This is a disrespectful person. This person doesn't respect me. They don't have to, and that's fine. But you need to remove yourself from out of that person's life or away from that person. Some people, so not everybody's gonna respect you. Some people just they just don't respect anybody at all. All right. So clean up the vocabulary and go from go from a toxic vocabulary to a compassionate vocabulary. So when you speak, at least try, give it a shot. It's gonna be uncomfortable and hard in the beginning, but speak of the things that you love, like, and enjoy. Talk to people who you can be kind to. The people who you have to react and respond to in a mean, nasty, rude way, stay away from those people. You don't want to get dragged back into into toxicity. That word kind of yeah. So remove yourself from there. All right. And we are going to get into the daily work that needs to be done. All right. So there are 3 areas you can work on for the transformation. Like I said, 1, fitness. Hybrid fitness is preferable. That's the one that's what I do on a daily basis. Hybrid fitness, meaning running, working out. So you're gonna run, workout, meaning you lift weights, you do push-ups and pull-ups, work on your abs, because you need to do that. One way how people gain respect for you is by looking at your physique. It signifies discipline. Disciplined people have wonderful physique because they work on it. Yes, they go to the gym, they go run, and so forth. So, discipline. How do you develop discipline? Well, I say if you're gonna take on a new task, you should do it for at least 100 days. So that way that discipline can set in, can become fixed, becomes part of your routine, becomes part of your daily habits, daily routine. So fix that habit in. Discipline is principle. It's part of the principles. Okay? You must be committed. This is why you must do things that you like, because even when it gets hard, you will still get up and go do it because you like it. Doesn't mean you are going to do things that you do not that doesn't mean you're not gonna do things that you do not like, because sometimes we have to do things that we don't like at all, and that's okay, because it needs to get done. It doesn't matter if we like it or not. And I want you to look for the easiest way how to do what you are doing. Find the simplest, easiest way how to do it. It doesn't mean you are never gonna have to do hard things or difficult things. But like running 15 miles, that's pretty difficult. It's pretty hard. It can be difficult to do. But if you can find a way, an easy way how to run 15 miles, look for the easy way, right? So hybrid fitness. Next thing, relationships with other people. Some people are loners. Go be that. Bye. Go be a loner. Just go be a loner, because I'm not even sure what that even means. I have never really seen too many loners who are successful. I don't care what garage millionaire you know. At some point, those garage millionaires have to get up out of that garage and go talk to other people. You just have to. So these antisocial garage millionaires did not sit in their garages and get rich. That's not what happens there. Okay? So we're gonna have to learn how to deal with people. I'm at the point right now where I don't feel like arguing with people anymore and disagreeing with them. I don't want to debate with you. I don't want to argue with you. I don't know. Right now I'm just gonna tell you you are right and just keep moving. I don't even wanna because I just don't wanna waste my energy arguing with anybody and trying to defend anything. There's nothing for me to defend there. You're not coming after my family, you're not coming after me, then we're good. You can disagree with me all you want, that's fine. So we're gonna have to learn how to, like I said, do not talk crap about people. Avoid it at all costs. And by the way, that is a toxic way of expressing yourself, by the way. So we want to avoid expressing ourselves in a toxic way. We want to express ourselves in the most compassionate way as we possibly can. Not all the time, but for the most part, we will try to do our best and give it our best shot. So don't talk crap about them and don't talk crap to them. Be nice to them. Be compassionate. Be kind. Be caring. Be loving. Right? Not to everybody though. The people who allow you to love them, those are the people you want to hang around and have them hang around you. Some people are just difficult. You want nothing to do with them. Right? They are disrespectful, they are mean, they are rude, they are crass, and they are just not people who you need to have discussions with. Okay? So I want to make it easier for me and those people that I'm communicating with and dealing with on a daily basis. The people who allow me to be kind and caring and loving to them, God, they have to allow it. Yes, I cannot tell them how to operate. But I notice the people who allow me, who allow me to love them, they get the love. The people who let me feel like I have to disrespect them, I just stay away from people like those because I don't want to be mean. I don't want to be unkind. I do not want to be toxic. And those people let you get into a state of toxicity or a toxic state. I don't want to do that. I want to stay in a compassionate state, right? So relationships, work on that. Now, so now we want to. So we say it was three things I said. Transformation. The change in your behavior, change in your attitude, the way how you carry yourself, the way how you see the world, all that stuff. You're gonna have to start to pay attention there because you are trying to change here and change is hard. See, you want to make the transformation as easy as possible. Reading. You're gonna have to get into reading. But I want you to read for two reasons. One, you need to memorize what you read. And the next reason for reading, because we're gonna do the reps here, repetition, is to change your subconscious mind, change your programs. So you are changing your subconscious mind, changing your programs, changing your thoughts, changing your vocabulary. All of that is gonna happen through repetition of reading the same thing over and over and over. Education will take care of those. But not just the mere fact of reading because you enjoy reading or for entertainment. We can do that too. We can pick up a novel and go read a novel and get entertained. That's fine. But I'm talking about genuinely changing what's going on in here. So that way you can see the world different. You can spot opportunities. You can spot people, places that where you would normally see where you could fit in, help other people, because that is how you eventually earn your money, by helping somebody else solve a problem, right? So for the transformation, that journey, yeah, you need to read. Repetition, read, study, practice. Take some time out by yourself, and you need to have a certain amount of affirmations, your affirmations. Sure, you can get some from other places too, that's fine, because I do the same thing too. But you need to have some that you develop, and these are for you. And you are gonna have to, just like when you go to the gym every day to work on your body, you're gonna have to take the time out to spend that time to repeat those affirmations over and over and over and over. It's part of the transformation that needs to be done. Okay? Start waking up a little earlier than you normally would. And I want you to get some audios that you listen to. And you need to listen to those audios, same audios by the way. Every single darn day you get up, you listen to the same audios until you can start to memorize them. Sometimes you will just sit down and relax, and then parts of that audio will start play in your head. That's when you know the program is being downloaded now. It's going in, seeping into your subconscious mind, because you hear the same thing so many times over and over and over. Repetition is what is going to help you here. All right? So that's a big part of the transformation. And don't forget fitness also involved in there as well. The way how you talk to people, communicate with people, it's all part of the transformation journey. You become a better person. All right? Change your thoughts, change your life. But I am going to leave it there. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Comment down below. And this is a mini course in transformation, and I'm going to be continue to talk about this more and more and more, because the more you must get up out of that low, sad, depressing state. Keeps you in a negative tailspin, keeps you in a negative state, keeps you in a toxic state, keeps you in a toxic mood. I spent many years there not understanding any of it. Now I learned, and so now now I got out of it, and a lot of you need to get out of it now so you can start seeing the world differently. All right, Ryan here with a new video. Looking forward to see you soon, a brand new video. Take care and bye for now.